Hi everyone, Sarah here. I'm going to go back to doing some Copic coloring for you this weekend, and I'm using this new stamp set from Mama Elephant, and it's called Photo Bomb. For right now I've just stamped out the big one, but I will eventually be using all of them because they're so cute. So for this one, because there's a ton of people, I wanted to do some different skin tones. So I'm going to start off with my standard E50, E51, and E53. Hopefully I'm frame here. If not, I'll put them in the box below because I'm going to use a couple different ones this time. So I am going to try and mix them up and move them around to different spots, like different people. I have to kind of figure out what's what in this picture too, because there's a lot of different faces in here. So as usual, I go light to medium to dark and then back to medium. And then to the light to blend it all out. Now for the light skin, I use R11 for my cheeks. To kind of figure out where I want to put her cheeks. And I'm also going to color in her tongue. R11 and then R20. And I'm just going to blend out her cheeks there so they're not like round balls. Okay, so I know that this is her hand. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that for now because I'm not totally sure. Okay, and then the next one I'm going to do, the lightest color is E21, and then it's E11 and E13. So this will be a darker skin tone. Kind of went right over her lips there. Her tongue. And then we're going to try the R20 on the cheeks for this one. Because it's a darker tone. So then I do have one darker one. So this one is E11, E25, and E27. Now I'm trying this for the first time. I'm doing this from, I have an app on my phone, my Marker Pal, and these are the blends that it has in there. So I'm going to give it a try. really dark to me, but I need to bring the E25 all the way through. And then R20 is my darker pink. Not dark enough. Okay, I'm gonna do some tongues. I am going to have to darken up some of my lines on this. This was the first time I stamped this stamp. Okay, I am back. I had to speed the rest of this video up because for such a tiny little image, it is taking a very long time to color. I had to actually stop and pull up a picture online so I could see where the body parts were, and because her hand down, or her arm down in the bottom left-hand corner just kind of threw me because it looked like she had a stick arm. I don't know. So anyways, so I'm just finishing up doing all the skin tones. I tried to mix them up and move them around so you don't have all the same in the photo. And then I did, there'll be another break coming up here where I had to stop and just pick out all the colors for the clothes and the hair just to be a little bit more organized, or else this would have taken way longer. So I don't even know if I'll be able to upload this whole thing. We will see. Yeah. So I will post the colors down below for the skin tones. I do like the way they turned out. At first I was a little afraid with the darker one. It didn't quite look like the blended, but it did turn out pretty cute. And then I also purchased the matching die set to go with this stamp set that has the two sizes of Polaroid frames. So I'm going to be turning this into a card, which I will probably share sometime during the week. Today is Sunday and we're going for dinner at my parents' tonight for Easter, so I hope everybody is having a good Easter. And then I was just doing a little touch up for where I went over in the lines on some spots. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the faces and the skins, and next time you see, I will be coloring in their bodies. So for this one, I picked BG02, BG05, and then BG09 I just used separately as the little bit of trim at the top of her dress, just for a little bit of contrast. And I'm not doing any really fancy coloring on this. It's a small image, small spaces for each of the colors, so you don't really have a lot of room to play around with. These are the R81 and R85. I'm using this for the little heart, and then I will also use it on the next little girl that I color. I kind of wanted to use all different colors. And then I just used the same BG02 and BG05 for her collar and her button. Next is YG17 and YG25. YG25 is the lightest color in this scenario. I just thought the two colors looked good together and they did blend out pretty nicely. I'm doing a good job of staying within the lines right now, but you'll see later on when I start to do the hair, I get a little crazy at the top. I just found it a lot easier to do the flicking if I go over the lines. And really on this, it doesn't matter. You're either going to put a frame or you're going to cut it out. So for the red, I used R24 and R29. I couldn't decide if that was her hair or a shirt, but there's a line there, so there's got to be a reason. So I decided to go with it as hair. Then Y15 and Y17 for some yellow. I think after that, that's the last of the clothes. So then I'm getting into the hair. I did a little cleanup. For the hair, I just picked a couple of different ones. An easy E31 and E55 for blonde. It's kind of like a dirty blonde. And this one works really well when you leave some white in it. Just did some really light brush strokes with the flicking. And then the same colors at the top. And you'll see this is where I went over the lines because I just found it too small of a space there to get my flicking in without putting them too close together. So it was just easier. Kind of makes him look like he has a funny head. Just went a little over his face, so I wanted to fix that up. The next one, I believe, yeah, is a redhead. So I used E08, E19, and E29. I really like the way this color turned out. It's a nice dark auburn color. Probably should have zoomed in for you guys. I think it might have been closer before. Then we're going to go on to some brown hair, and I'm using E25, E27, and E29. Kind of my staple brown that I used to use a lot of. I always find it easier if I have a small space that I need to flick in from and I can't go over the lines. That's when I kind of draw a straight line around it to fill it in and then flick in from that little line. You'll kind of see me doing that a couple times within the hair. And just going over with some more lines. This is the same color over on this little guy over here. And then I had to pick a quick, I didn't have another hair color picked out other than the black, so I wanted to make this one a little bit different. So I just went to my stash and pulled out E74, E77, and E79. It just brings in a more mousy, muted brown. I didn't want too much of the same hair color on the picture. So then for the black, I chose T6, T7, and T8. I think it turned out pretty good. At first it looked a little bit gray, but once you get that T8 in there, it makes it black. I think that little guy down in the front is so cute. Alright, so then I just needed to clean up a few spots on the edges there, and then I just filled in the rest of it with B000, just so it's not stark white. And then you'll notice after I filled in an initial layer of color, then I did go around the edges and flicking in very lightly so that I didn't go over my images, but just to make it a little bit darker on the edges. It's just a subtle look. And then that's it. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit with one of my permanent black pens, my liners, just to get the mouths and the eyes a little bit darker. I kind of messed up the shape of his eyes there. You have to make sure you have a really steady hand when you're doing this part. And I don't think I was that steady this morning. So there she is. I just cut it out afterwards just to give you guys a nice close-up look. And then I will be coming back to show a finished card with this image and also the matching die. And look forward to seeing more because these guys are adorable. Please leave a comment, subscribe if you wish, and have a great day. Thanks, bye.